go.
The first month of our presidency, it's our presidency, is the most successful in the history of our nation. What makes it even more impressive is that, do you know who number 2 is? George Washington. How about that? With that goal in mind, we have developed in great detail what we are calling the Gold Card, which goes on sale very, very soon. For $5 million, we will allow the most successful job-creating people from all over the world to buy a path to U.S. citizenship. It's like the green card, but better and more sophisticated.
How's it going, everyone? Beautiful day today, huh? At least the news said it was gonna be. Anyways, at least it's a little bit warmer. Looks like something's rolling in. Shout out to, I'm in the community with several people that are getting hit with some bad weather. Some of them hurricane winds or whatever went through Texas. Now it's leading into some other areas. So shout out to all you guys. Hope you're staying safe, and hopefully you don't end up with a bunch of bad destruction. But man, on that note, let's just consider this. Things aren't getting better, and they're not going to, for the most part, right? Not like they need to. I want to start out, this is going to get a tad bit political here, but it's going to stay right in line with our system of law we're going to talk about here for a minute. And I thank all of you for joining and watching, leaving your comments. Thank you very much, right? We're on an uphill battle here, but we ain't giving up yet. Anyways, we're going to consider something here. I try not to get political, but at the end of the day, politics and religion is a part of everything, right? Is it in everything? And that's just the way it is. So we got a lot of people, a lot of people tuned in, of course, to President Trump's address, State of the Union or whatever, right? I didn't even realize it was going on. And flipping through and caught it just as it was starting. And so I sat through and watched it. And we got, the useful Democrats. Sorry, but what the hell? I want to be clear. I've stated many times before, I'm not, it's too wet through there, come on. Republican or Democrat, right? And I'm not gonna lie, I voted for Trump the first time around, even though I had before then already washed my hands with most of it. But Trump come out, all these things he had to say, I was like, yeah, right on, let's get him in there. But you fooled me, Mr. Trump, right? The things that won me over, you turned your back on. In fact, one big example is she'd be in jail if I'm elected, right? That cost you a whole crap ton of votes. No doubt about it. Including me, right? But what happened as soon as you was inaugurated, first time around, you ordered a standing ovation for the Clintons and told us, oh, they're great people, they're good people, right? Let's get on with it and stay on point here. His address last night, now I'm going to say he said a lot of things in there that on the surface sound good, right? For sure. Can't argue with a lot of those things. A lot of those things he said was good and on point stuff we the people need to hear, want to hear, but are you going to back it up? We'll see, right? We got the Democrats. It don't matter what he says or does, they're against him. They don't want to get their heads straight and look at the real, actual important issues, the shit we should be concerned about, not the nonsense, right? Oh, they want to be against him on the immigration issue. They want to be against him on Ukraine and stuff like that. Those are petty issues, and it's not about choosing his side. You should be all in favor of yanking out of Ukraine, plain and simple, right? At the end of the day, it's not about whether you like him or not, or what side you choose. It's what is right, what is wrong. And Democrats, sadly, these days, can't seem to figure that out. They stand behind the most ignorant, godless issues they can, right? But let's consider something. I've got some complaints about Trump, right? And, you know, and here's where the people on the far right, they refuse. They're just as bad, right? Except the opposite way. That's just a fact. If it hurts people's feelings, I'm sorry, but you know, you understand what's going on with me, who cares, right? F your feelings. It's about what's right and wrong at the end of the day. And we have, but so if I come out, of course, you won't hear me praising too many Democrats for a while now, right? When they deserve it, they deserve it. When they don't, they don't, right? But they are all undeserving of it right now. That's just the facts, okay? But however, most of the Republicans are too. They'll stand on a few issues to gain our confidence. But at the end of the day, they're all the same. It's always been that way, probably always will be, right? And that's not going to change with Trump. That's just the facts. And all we got to do, stop listening to what tickles our ears and start paying attention, right? Open your eyes, look around. It's not going to get any better. In fact, it's only going to get worse. And if you believe the Bible, it tells you that, right? And it also tells you, it warns all of us to be careful, because the man of sin is going to fool all of us, or try to fool all of us. So let's consider that. We're not going to be fooled, okay? If you're Christian, you know, believe in the ways of God, you know, and a lot of people, whatever, we get into more of that later. But if you are, then the thing is, they're not going to come from the Democrat side and fool you. There's no way. You see right through that stuff. There's no fooling you. So you're going to be fooled, and this is always the case. People are fooled by the ones that are saying the things they believe. The ones that are pretending to choose the side that they're on. Okay? So my advice is, you know, I'm just trying to warn everyone, pay attention, because it's very likely you're all being fooled right now. And, you know, so, but the thing is, if I come out saying stuff against that's not in line with Trump, then the people on the right want to act like I'm a Democrat, right? It's when you choose to not choose either side, such as I do, then you're going to have opinions that are in line and right down the middle. And when that happens, it's going to offend people from either side. And when they get offended, they're going to automatically assume you're from the other side, right? But, hold on, we're going to... Anyway, yeah, he don't seem to care. He wants to keep going in it. We're going to wait till it dies down for a minute. That's life, right? Let's continue on here. I'll show you this clip. Let's take a look.
I've already signed an executive order requiring a mandatory death penalty for anyone who murders a police officer. And tonight I'm asking Congress to pass that policy into permanent law. I'm also asking for a new crime bill getting tough on repeat offenders while enhancing protections for America's police officers so they can do their jobs without fear of their lives being totally destroyed. They don't want to be killed. We're not going to let them be killed. Joining us in the gallery tonight is a young man who truly loves our police. His name is DJ Daniel. He is 13 years old, and he has always dreamed of becoming a police officer.
Anyway, so I mean, you caught that, right? Like I said, there's several things I should save them all for different subjects, whatever, can find to complain about Trump for. What we got to do is get the people ignorantly hating him to understand that, to start supporting him on the things he deserves support on, and then come together, and then we got to get the far right to come together to stop supporting him on everything, right? And they act like they need to support him on everything, and everything's a good idea, okay? There's too many people that these days that just because Trump says it, it must be good. Automatic taking people out, automatic lose your life if you cause the loss of life of a police officer. In a perfect world, that's fine, right? But this ain't that perfect world, right? In a perfect republic, that's perfectly fine. But this ain't a perfect republic. In fact, as I've said before, they've turned it into a democracy. And there's people that don't understand that democracy is not what we are and is not what we should want. I mean, we are now, right? Republic's already been killed off. You know, and let's make it clear here. Trump's not doing that to come out against the Democrat side, okay, against what they want, because there's a big psyop going on. The Democrats are not against police, okay? And he wants to make it sound like that, like, oh, because of their policies, police were under attack. The truth is, the law enforcement people are under attack or getting pushed back because of their wicked ways, right? Wicked ways that Trump wants to give them full immunity for. He's already made that clear 100 times before he even got voted in. He wants complete immunity for police. And now he's saying, well, if you cause one of them to lose their life, then it's automatic death penalty for you. The fact of the matter is, we should all be against that, okay? What about when these officers recklessly cause the loss of life to the innocent, which happens daily? Daily, right? This stuff happens. Trust me, because Democrat people I know with some real lunatic views will try to tell me, like, I need to find a way to blame well, I know I'm being watched by the cops right now because they keep circling around all the areas I'm at. Of course, the camera's pointed in the wrong direction. A minute ago I had the camera down, and the one turned down this road where the light is, and then as soon as he got turned, he looked over at me, and then he grabbed his thing and started talking on it, right? So you always know what's up with that nonsense, but whatever. Anyways, so the Democrat people I know with real lunatic views will tell me about my situation, right? And how I should be blaming the person that called the police. There's some truth to that, okay? But at the end of the day, it does not excuse what's happened to me by our law enforcement, right? My life is ruined, completely ruined because of them. I'm out here walking in the rain with my dog who thinks that this is just a jolly old time, instead of just opening my door and letting him out, right? Which is everything I worked hard for and had. And they came in and took everything. I literally, everything. The clothes off my back, right? Everything. People don't understand. Oh, they even did that? When you're talking to some people, right? They took everything. Every freaking thing. Every last thing, right? I don't know how to make that any more clear. Everything. They didn't have a right to most of it. Well, technically, none of it, right? But, you know, I'll entertain certain arguments so long, but because people don't understand the real law of this stuff, right? What is law and what is rules. And these people Trump wants to protect are because they are the enforcement of their rules, right? They are the rules enforcers. You will bow down and do what you're told and follow suit. With all these super rich that are in control, right? Their policies, you will conform or it will just ruin your life, right? And they're allowed to do that and no consequences, all immunity. And even without immunity, even when you know you have lawful ways to break that immunity, to break through the bounds of that, right? It don't matter because the people higher up, it's just protect them, right? Because it's a scratch your back, scratch my back kind of thing, right? These people are violating the Constitution, violating rights, injuring people, ending their lives, ruining their lives completely, destroying everything, and they get full immunity. And if you fight back, you know, I'm not calling for violence on officers at all. I'm not for that at all. That's not what I'm saying. But there could be instances where it was just something that had to be done, right? But that's not going to be an excuse for you or me. You will end your life. And let me just be clear. When the cops interfere with your life, you might as well just let them. There's another one. As soon as he gets by me, he gets on the radio. I should have had the camera the other way. As soon as they get by me, they jump on the radio. Okay, are we that stupid? No, right? They ruin lives. And they get full immunity. But what I think they should get, I guess, is, you know, what's good for you is good for me, right? It's good for the goose, is good for the gander. So, in my opinion, they should just get, you know, suspended from employment with pay while an investigation is done to come along and say that nothing happened, right? Because that's what happens the other way around. There's no protection for you. He's not calling for the rightful way, okay, that in instances where they were just cold-blooded, taking out police officers, then yes, they should be receiving the death penalty. What about the other way around, when officers feel empowered to take your life for whatever reason? You're screwed. No help for you, right? What about when officers ruin your life, take lives, all this stuff, right? That they do all the time, happens every day. We are more in danger from our own law enforcement than we are, you know, more lives get taken by law enforcement every damn day. Sometimes accident, sometimes many times on purpose, right? Far more than the other way around, okay? But they want to pretend there's some major war between them and us. It is. They're announcing it. They're giving themselves all the protections and us none. We should have a problem with that. You should have a problem with that. No matter what you think, you should have a problem with that. You should consider that. That is the 100% a police state. He's not calling for action against officers that are proven to be wrong. No, he's calling for full immunity so they can do whatever the hell they please. But as I keep saying, they're enforcing rules, right? It's all about their rules, not the law, not the actual law. Because let's consider the actual law for a minute. According to the actual law, what the law says, according to the Constitution, our actual rights, if we're violated by officers, they break that Constitution. Any public servant goes against that Constitution. According to the law, they are supposed to be receiving up to penalty. But they're gonna slap each other on the wrist, scratch each other's back, jerk each other off, and then say that, oh, you might some shit might have happened that they weren't even in the right to mess with you. And then what, because of it, because you try to either defend yourself or try to get away, something happens that some idiot officer crashes his car or something, cause him to die. Now you're gonna get the death penalty. I don't know. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. This is not good. There's other things too, right? But I seen that and I was like, oh, hell no, right? You should be concerned about that. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. And always, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. And let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear God and keep all of his commandments, for that is the whole duty of man. For God will bring every work into judgment with every secret thing, whether it be good or whether it be evil. See ya.